Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and today's shout out goes to WiFi4472. WiFi4472 was first to say first on one of my recent videos, and thus wins this shout out, so congratulations. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here with a review of a drone. This is not a new drone, folks. It's been out for a couple of years, but this drone is special for a reason. I'm going to talk about it here shortly. It's late August, folks, or middle August right now. And September 16th, 2023 is rapidly approaching. Why are we concerned about September 16th, 2023, especially in the drone world? Well, there's some changes that the FAA is going to implement in the U.S. if you want to fly drones that weigh more than 250 grams, like this particular drone here. And what that means is remote ID is coming online for drone pilots who have these larger drones. And the FAA is going to be expecting recreational pilots and also commercial pilots who are flying, if they're flying a drone that weighs more than 250 grams, they have to have, first off, they got to register that drone. Beginner pilots or recreational pilots only have to register once, no matter how many drones they got, and they can use that one number over and over again. Commercial pilots do have to register each drone, but we're not going to talk about that right now. I'm focusing on recreational pilots, since the focus of my channel is for beginner pilots, and they're nearly all recreational pilots. So we're going to talk and maintain our talk on recreational pilots only for this particular video. Now, September 16th, I mentioned that. For the past few years, we've always required 250 grams or more. It's been about 2 or 3 years now to have that registration. That $5 registration. It takes 5 minutes, $5 at FAA.gov to get that UAS registration. But now on September 16th, again, there's two more things that you're going to need. Two more things. First off is you're going to need a trust certificate. What is a trust certificate? Well, there's various organizations that are partnering with the FAA that are giving out online courses that teach you the basics, the basics of safe drone flight. Okay. They're very basic questions. Those of you who have been flying for a while now, you can easily pass that test right now. But those of you that are brand new, I recommend taking your time and going through the questions so that you answer them correctly. Okay. But again, they're free. And the FAA has a list of various organizations. They have links to them where you can get these certificates online. Take that course online for free and then print out your certificate. Here's a sample certificate. This one's been faked by me, but I have an original for myself too, so keep that in mind too. But this is what it looks like. You print this out and you take it with you when you go flying. You keep it in your flight box or whatever, your car or whatever. So in case you do get an FAA representative coming up to you, and I doubt that's going to happen, or a law enforcement person coming up to you and saying, do you have all the required paperwork for this? You can pull out that trust certificate, pull out your FAA or your drone number that you got for $5 there when you register, your registration number, I'm sorry, the trust certificate. And one more thing you're going to need, and that is remote ID for these bigger drones, these ones that weigh more than 250 grams. What is that remote ID going to look like? I don't know. Okay. But that leads us into this particular drone here. This drone from Holystone, this is the HS600. It's a very capable drone. Let me open it up. It's a folding drone. But according to Holystone, this is the first drone that they're going to use to incorporate remote ID. And there's going to be two different versions of that incorporation of remote ID. They're going to have a built-in version of this HS600 with a built-in remote ID, but they're also going to have an external module that you can simply add on to the drone. And that is what I am going to look at in the near future here, because Holystone will be sending me one of those, and we're going to demonstrate that in the near future. But to do that, I need to be familiar with this drone, and that's why we're reviewing the HS600 today, since I've never reviewed this drone previously. Okay, so, and I'm going to need that drone if I'm going to review that module that they're building for this. So that's why we're reviewing the HS600. Now let's talk about the HS600. Okay, it's a folding drone, as you see here, for portability. Comes with a really nice carrying case, folks, for the drone and its accessories. This is the carrying case. But let's talk about it. Now, this thing weighs with its battery 556 grams, well over that 250 gram limit. Because of that, of course, this is going to require registration, going to require the trust certificate on September 16th, and going to require remote ID on September 16th to fly it. Now, I talked about folding. It does have brushless motors for power. It's a powerful motors on this particular drone because it's a heavy drone. They're going to need that. And it has built-in GPS for return to home on command, on loss of signal, and on low voltage. It'll bring itself back and land. It also has, let's look at the bottom here, a sensor. This particular sensor here is an optical flow sensor. It looks beneath the drone and uses visual sight beneath the drone through that. It's a camera, in effect. And what it sees beneath the drone, it uses that to automatically maintain its position optically when the GPS is not in operation. So that's a pretty cool thing to have right there. It enables you to quickly get the drone in the air and take a picture of yourself if you want to do that without using the GPS system. Now, looking on the bottom, there are some other potential sensors, but these are all fake, inoperative. These would be ultrasonic sensors. These would be landing lights. The ultrasonic sensors have plastic inserts in them, meaning they're inoperative, and these LED landing lights would have LEDs in the center of them if they were actually operative, but they're empty windows, and they're just, I don't know. I guess in the future, Holy Stone is planning to implement these features on the drone in follow-on versions of this, but currently, and for the past 2 years, they have not implemented. So, but again, it does have the optical flow sensor right there to fly this particular drone, and it has a serial number too for those folks that need to register the drone and need serial numbers to register the drone. This one does come with a serial number on it. A lot of the cheaper drones do not have serial numbers on it. Okay, optical flow. Let's see, one other thing. Snap-on, snap-off props that go on very easily. Okay, they just snap on, and you twist them on like that, and they come on and off. So if you ding up a prop, it does come with a full spare set of props. They're very easy to replace, so it's no problem changing a prop on this particular drone. It records its video and photos to micro SD card or TF card if you prefer. And there goes my TF card went flying across the table here. But this drone records in 4K video. I recommend if you use you have to use a TF card or a SD card, but make sure that your card at least has the right speed of V30 or U3 written on it. Look for the letters U3 or V30, at least those numbers, or higher. If you go any slower, like a Class 10 card, used to be good for 1080p. These days, Class 10 is not good enough for 4K. Okay, you're going to need a good card if you want to have smooth video. It'll still record 4K video if you use a Class 10 card, but you probably will notice some stuttering in the video, as the Class 10 card just won't be able to keep up with the bitrate of that 4K video. So I recommend getting a good card. Now, this drone is also powered by very large battery, folks. This particular battery, I'll remove it off the drone itself. I got two of them here, and I'm going to talk about having two of them here shortly. But this particular battery is quite a big battery. It's 11.1 volt, 2500 milliampere hour battery. It's supposed to give you up to 28 minutes of flight time with this. Okay, and that's how you turn it on and off. Okay, and turn it off. Hold it down the button, and that turns the drone off and turns off the battery. It is charged through a little micro USB port right there. Actually, this is not micro USB. This is Type-C USB. And you get Type-C USB cables with the drone to charge this. But since it's such a big battery, do not try to charge this in your computer, the USB port of your computer. This will take several days to charge through the USB port of a computer, because they're only about 500 milliampere hour output voltage or output amperage on those. So you want at least a good 2 amp or 3 amp wall charger to charge this particular battery. Otherwise, you're going to be spending days. Even with those good wall chargers, it's still going to take several hours, 2 to 3, 4 hours to charge these big batteries. So keep that in mind too. So it takes a while to charge a big battery. Now, I mentioned I got two batteries. You get two batteries with this particular drone. That's good. That gives you the ability for continuous flight one battery wears out, you get another one to fly it. But there's a bad thing about that is these batteries are not cheap, folks. That raises the price of this drone quite a bit. So, those of you who get sticker shock when you see it, that's because of the 2 batteries. So, I think these things are at about $80 or something like that if you try to buy them separately. So that adds quite a significant cost to the drone, just let you know that right up front there. Now let's talk about the camera, since we were talking about the TF card. Here's the camera, folks, and it has a nice little cover for its gimbal, but it is a 2-axis gimbal. What does that mean? That means it could tilt right and left and up and down, stabilized, trying to maintain level flight. In addition, it also has electronic image stabilization, and that provides additional stability to the video, and also provides some stability when you're turning the drone right and left, like you would see on a 3-axis gimbal. So this would give you some type of simulation of 3-axis gimbal using the electronic image stabilization in addition to the 2-axis gimbal on board the aircraft. Now, the camera itself that we got here is a 4K camera. It is capable of recording 30 frames per second to your phone. So, the video from this should look quite good when we're in the air. And we're going to see how well that looks when we demonstrate it out in the field, take it for a flight out in the field. And I think I still got some film left on there for the front edge there. I think that lights up there, so we're going to see also when we fire this up. Now, this uses an app. It uses the HS Fly app for your phone. And that app gives you the capability of using video, seeing the FPV video from this drone on your phone, along with giving you control of advanced features to the drone, control of the camera, advanced flight modes for the drone like circle me, follow me, and even has waypoints too. Now, that app does require a phone capable of using 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. Not everybody has 802.11 AC Wi-Fi on their phones, folks, particularly those of you with older phones. So before you consider purchasing this drone, make sure that your drone is indeed capable of using 802.11 AC Wi-Fi, or you will be very disappointed when you get this drone and you won't be able to connect to the app. If you're not able to connect to the drone through the app, it's likely your phone doesn't have 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. Just giving you a heads up there. Let's see other things about it. Let's talk about the controller now. This controller is a big deal on this particular drone. First off, let's talk about the antennas. These are real antennas, folks, and they're actually flat panel antennas in here, I can tell. Printed circuit board antennas. And because there's a wire running up in there, and we got these nice flat surfaces on here. Since there's 2 wires running into there, this controller includes a relay, a Wi-Fi relay. You use your phone to connect, not to the drone, but to connect to the controller using 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. Then the controller connects to the drone through in 5 gigahertz using a relay. This enables this drone, this controller, to control the drone out to about 3 kilometers, and also enables you to receive the FPV video from the drone also out to about 3 kilometers. 2 to 3 kilometers is what they're saying, or they're predicting on this. Now, let's talk about that trust certificate again. When you take this trust, or the course for this trust certificate, one of the questions they're going to ask, how far can you fly before losing sight of the drone? Okay. You can't fly 4 kilometers or 3 kilometers. It's not legal in the U.S. Okay. 2 kilometers either. You can't fly out of line of sight of the drone, which means you can't fly further than you can see this drone while it's in the air. So why would you want a drone that has 2 to 3 kilometer capability? Well, that gives you a good, strong signal to your phone at all times. That comes into play, say you're in a highly cluttered environment, say you're in the woods or a forest, okay, with lots of trees in the way. The added signal strength to and from the drone will enable you to maintain contact with your drone for a reasonable amount of distance, especially at least out to the line of sight range to that drone. At least you should be able to see that. So that's why you want a good, strong signal strength, a drone that is capable of going 2 to 3 kilometers, not to be able to go 2 to 3 kilometers, but to maintain good signal to your phone and good control of that drone with your controller. So that's why. Now, let's talk about the other buttons on the controller. It's actually quite a few. We got scroll wheels on top. These scroll wheels this has zoom capability, folks, of the camera. You can increase the zoom by sliding this to the clockwise to the right, or zoom out by counterclockwise to the left. You can raise or lower the camera by a clockwise movement to the right, and you can raise the camera gimbal by a counterclockwise movement to the left. You can start video or take a photo, I'm sorry, by pressing this button here on the shoulder, and you can start and stop video by pressing this button here on the controller. These are your control sticks for throttle, for yaw, right and left yaw, where it goes like this, that's yaw. You can pitch the drone forward and move forward or backward by this stick here, or you can slide the drone left, tilting the drone left and tilting the drone right to slide left and slide right with this stick here. Additionally, this button here is for rates. You know, it has beginner, intermediate, and expert. And what this does is just increases the tilt in the drone so it'll fly faster. So if you want to fly faster, you go press this button here, and that'll tilt the drone a little more at maximum pitch to give you more speed if you wish. Also, one other thing, if you hold this button down for 3 seconds, don't do that while it's flying, folks. That's emergency stop. That will stop the motors instantly. You only do this if the drone crashes. You want to stop those motors quickly. You press that button there and hold that button down there. Oh, I take that back. They moved it over here now. There's emergency. They actually give you an emergency stop button on this. Originally, the directions said this would be the emergency stop, but looks like they put an emergency stop button right here. Hold on a second, folks, while I double check my instructions, which are over here, and confirm that. Okay, I was mistaken, folks. This is rates only. Okay, beginner, intermediate, expert, and this button here is the one you press for the emergency stop, and it says stop in big letters here with red in there to warn you. That's the one you hold down for 2 seconds to stop the motors. Again, don't do that while the drone's flying. Do this when the drone is crashed or ends up in a bush somewhere. Turn off those motors quickly by pressing that button right there. This is your on-off switch right here, and this is return to home button right here. Now, okay, let's power on the drone because I want to show you the telemetry info that's available on the LCD screen here. So to power this on, do a quick press and then a long press. Oh, there we go. We're connected. So two presses there to bring it up. But let's go over what we got here. We got a lot of telemetry info here. Right now it's trying to connect to the drone. This is your status bar here telling you what the controller is trying to do. And right now I don't have the drone connected. Actually, turn it on. Let's do that because I want to demonstrate one other thing, how long it takes to connect to this drone. It can take quite a while. So let's try to connect right now. Let's see how long it takes while I talk about other things on this drone. Okay, we got some bars on the right and the left. This one over here supposedly tells you the flight speed of the drone. I don't know how you interpret this because we got the numerical flight speed down here. And these bar over here tells you the drone's battery level, and we're not connected yet. So, okay, there, we just connected. So how long did that take? It should take around 40 seconds. It takes quite a bit of time to connect this controller to the drone. And it took about 40 seconds there, folks. But now we see the drone's battery power. And again, this left bar again is supposed to be flight speed. I don't know how you interpret that, or not, but whatever. Okay, other things we got. We got a lot of telemetry information on the bottom here. We got distance of the drone. We got height of the drone. We got horizontal speed of the drone and vertical speed of the drone right here. We have signal strength of the drone to the controller. We have GPS status right here. We also have transmitter signal strength from the transmitter to the drone. I think this is what the drone is seeing, and I think this is what we're seeing from the drone. These two versions of signal strengths. And also we have GPS mode on. Right now it's searching for GPS, and when it's connected, it'll tell us we're ready to fly. So, and also we have camera status on the right here that shows when we're recording video or not. That's the controller, folks. Pretty interesting controller with a lot of features on it. I'm going to press it again to shut it off. Key to off. There we go. And powering off and then shutting down the drone. And drone coming off. Okay, so let's go over what you get in the box. You get that carrying case, which I mentioned. You get the instruction manual, which I was using there for a second. It's available in German and English. Don't ask me why they have German and English and no other languages, but that's what they got in here. You also get warning concerning LiPo batteries. Okay, how to take care of LiPo batteries. You get the drone along with 2 batteries. These 2 batteries I told you about. You get the cover for the gimbal. You get a full spare set of propellers, snap-on, snap-off propellers. You get 2 Type-C USB cables for charging both the drone and also charging the controller. I forgot to mention, this doesn't use any AA batteries or AAAs. This has its own built-in battery, which you charge through this Type-C USB port right here. So, other things you get the controller, and you get this brace, which is for holding the 2 front propellers, horizontal or vertical. Well, let me see. What would you call this? 4.5 axial position. This goes on top like that. That snaps on, and that's just to hold the propellers in place, and so they don't get damaged, particularly when you're transporting the drone. So that is the drone. Also, one more thing. When you set this drone up, this folding drone up, remember to bring down these legs here, okay? That'll save your gimbal from getting damaged. Okay, that provides a little more distance of the gimbal above the ground to enable the gimbal to calibrate when you turn on the drone. So I think we've talked about everything that needs to be talked about. Again, this will be the first drone to incorporate from Holystone to incorporate remote ID. It's going to be interesting. I'll try to do follow on when I get that module and show you how it works. Maybe that module will work on other drones. Who knows? We'll see. I have no idea what that module is going to look like yet until I get it. So, so let's take it out in the field, folks. Hope you enjoy this flight. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and welcome to the test flight of the Holystone HS600. We're here at Gerard's and Fairview's Pleasant Ridge Park here today. Beautiful day today, but there is a bit of a wind coming from the lake as usual. Okay, to start this up, we need to put it on the pad, a flat level surface, and press and hold the power button on the drone, and then press once, and then twice, hold it down, and the controller should be connected. It says connecting. Again, this usually takes about 40 seconds before it connects, so hold on, folks, and wait 40 seconds. That's the one thing about Holystone drones. I'm not sure why they take so long to connect, especially these ones with a built-in Wi-Fi receiver or Wi-Fi relays. I think that's what the problem is. Okay, we're connected now. Now, the first thing we need to do is that compass calibration. So, okay, this is the HS Fly app available in Google Play on the App Store. And to do that compass calibration, we need to move both sticks up and outboard like so. And it says horizontal calibration. And I didn't see vertical calibration. So the compass calibration on this isn't very what's the word? Obvious, okay, especially with the app. It doesn't let you know if it's completed or not. But I'm assuming that we do have the compass calibration completed, and we have sufficient satellites to fly because we got 4 bars on our GPS signal. So we should be good to go, ready to fly. Okay, now I'm going to start the video recording. Switch back to video. Hitting video record. Okay, the numbers, and then okay, the numbers are increasing, so we are recording now. I'm not sure what happened there too, folks. Maybe my eyes couldn't see the little numbers advancing, but we should be ready to take off. So let's dump both sticks down and out and take to the air. And we're going to see how well this is holding its position. It's climbing, 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 because we got a bit of a wind. Okay. It seems to be holding its position pretty well. Okay, let me get in the camera here. Lower the gimbal. Lower the gimbal. Okay, I'm pressing the wrong way to lower it. That's up. Down. Also notice here the kids from the local high school were out here doing cross-country training. So keep that in mind. We'll be seeing that. Okay, and let's see. Lowering that up. There we go. There's the gimbal. Gimbal's on the right. I was messing with the zoom button. So there I am. How do you like my shirt today, folks? Let's sync up the cameras. Cameras are synced up. Raising the gimbal back up again. And going higher and outbound. And away we go. We'll go out to the edge of the field and do a return to home. Going up higher too. Okay, height is 14 meters. Now I can see this LCD screen much better than I can read the telemetry off of the app. So keep that in mind, folks. For telemetry purposes, your LCD screen is very important. Okay, how far am I? I'm out there about 100 meters, 85 meters. Lowering the gimbal a bit. I can see Lake Erie. I just want to see Lake Erie. Trying to get the map or the Lake Erie and the street in the same picture here with this gimbal. There we go. Now pushing forward. I'm going to go out to the street and then we're going to do the flight from there. Heading outbound, getting about 100 meters away and right about there. So now from that point there, let's do a return to home and landing by pressing the GPS return to home and landing button.
Return home.
And see how well it comes home. And I'm going to step back. Yeah, I see it coming back. Now, one good thing about having a big drone is they're very easy to see in the sky versus those little less than 250 gram drones. This one you can see very well. I don't know if you can see it on my camera, but I can see that way out there at over 100 meters. Okay, it's coming down. Following this, we're going to do follow on, circle me, follow me, or follow me, circle me, and waypoints. See how that works with this particular drone. Also, I want to take a photo here as soon as it comes down here, show you the camera photo ability of this drone. Coming down. I'm not going to let it go all the way to the ground. I'm going to stop at about 3 or 4 feet above the ground so I can take a photo of myself. But here's how close we are. There's the pad down there. So we're off about 3 meters. Stopping it.
Stop, return home.
Okay, return to home, stop. Stability check. Still pretty good. Okay, I'm going to stop the video recording right now. Then we're going to switch cameras and take a photo. Let me get the picture here and say, cheese. Cheese. Excuse me. That's downloading it and cheese. And one more after this one here. Ready, set, cheese. Okay. So that's the still photos that this could take. Now, switching back to video recording. And the video recording is started. And let's go up a bit higher. And let's go into the modes. And we're going to do follow me. I'm going to step away about 30 meters. Because these GPS follow me's, you want to be about 20-30 meters away because of error between your phone's GPS and the quadcopter's GPS. But we're going to do GPS follow me first. And confirm. GPS follow me, activate it. Okay, let's see it follow me. Take a walk around here. Is it following? Yeah, it is. And what kind of follow me do we got here? It's DJI style where you're pulling it on a string. Okay, not Hubson style where it stays a cardinal position away from you, but it's DJI style, and that's fine. So follow me is working. Let's come out of that follow me and switch to another mode, and that is optical follow me or active track. Okay, going up a bit higher because we want to, when you use active track, you want to be above the height of your position or height of you, because this can't fly in toward you. Yeah, I'm trying to go up a bit higher here. And there's a jet flying overhead, and he's about 10,000 feet up, so that's no problem. Okay, stepping back a bit and selecting active track, tips, and trying to find my position lowering the gimbal. Let's see if I got to draw a circle around me. There we go. And then type in the green. Lost. Please select. Okay, let's see if that stays selected. Oh yeah, it seems to be tracking me. In active track. It's actually doing a good job. How about if I go toward it? What does it do? Will it eventually go backwards in active track? No. It's kind of like spotlight mode, the old spotlight mode in the DJI that DJI used to have. I don't know if they still got spotlight mode because I don't have a DJI anymore. But there we go. It just stays locked on you. But it doesn't move in the sky. So let's come out of active track. That's active track. Next thing we want to try is circle position. And that is this one here. And surround position. And there it goes. Let's see what it does in circle position. Goes up to an altitude that I have preset, I believe. And what is the preset altitude? I forgot. And the preset distance, I forgot. And there it goes, circle track. Seems to be about a 5-meter radius. Let's come down lower. Can we lower it? By lowering the throttle? Yes, you can. I'm bringing the throttle down and it's coming lower. So there it is doing circle position. Default circle position. You can reset this in the menus, but I'm going to leave it like that just because you can see it circling. I'm going to get in the center of the circle. So here I am. Can I pull back, I wonder? Hold on. Can I make the circle bigger? By pulling back on the stick. No, that's the throttle. Pulling back on the pitch roll stick. Can I make the circle bigger? Pull back on the pitch roll stick. No, doesn't seem to affect it. So that's circle position. Let's come out of that. And the final thing we want to mess with is waypoints. So we're going to go up higher. Even higher than that. Going to raise the gimbal back up. And then we're going to go into the menus and select waypoints, which is the lower right corner, second one from the right. And I want to go into satellite view. So now before I opened this app today, before I connected to the drone, I opened the app by itself. And the reason being, I want to open up this window with the maps and pick out, or open up the window with maps, because you can't do this, I don't believe, if you're already connected to the drone. 2, 3, and then fourth one come back to me. Near me. Anywhere near me. Okay. That should be it. And then we're going to hit go. And sliding it. And it's going to the first waypoint. Can we go higher? Yeah, I'm going to go higher. So, going to first waypoint. Way over there. In the middle of the field. Then it's going to go to waypoint number 2. It's going to do a 180. Do a 180. Go to waypoint 2. Head into waypoint 2. I'm going overhead. Now this is flying all by itself, folks. That's what waypoint missions do. Give you the capability of flying all by itself. Going up a bit higher too. I don't like it that low while doing waypoints. Waypoint 2 should be turning. Going to waypoint 3. Waypoint 3. Heading toward it. And again, I'm going up higher just in case there's some trees in the way. There's some trees over there by waypoint 3. I don't like getting too close to those trees. And then go into waypoint 4 after this. Turning and head into waypoint 4. So that's the waypoint missions on this, and it seems to be working quite well. And there's waypoint 4. And we're done with the waypoint missions. Just about. Okay, now we are. So, now I got control back again, coming back down, pushing forward, and bringing it back in again. So all in all, this is quite a good drone. You know, everything on it seems to work, and maybe that's why Holy Stone picked this one here. Everything seems to work, so that's why they probably picked it for demonstrating the new remote ID system, the new remote ID system. Now, keep in mind, this drone doesn't have any ports on it, you know, power ports. Let me plop it right there and come out of that view there, and lower this a bit and turn it a bit here. I don't want the sun in my, I want the sun in my face, but not fully in my face. But let's sync it up one more time. All in all, good drone, okay? But there's no power ports on the outboard of that. Notice it bouncing up and down too. That's from the wind, folks. We got quite a bit of a wind here today, and that's causing that. But there's no power ports on this drone. So what I'm thinking is this new optical flow system is going to be battery operated, that you can just snap on, I got a feeling. And I got a feeling you could probably use it for more than just the HS600. Now, they're going to be, I got a feeling they're going to be bundling it with the HS600 in the near future. And notice I don't have those landing gear down. I forgot to do that. Remember to put them down, folks. But mine aren't down right now, but that's fine. So let's continue on now. What things have I demonstrated everything yet? There's filters I can demonstrate, camera filters. Let's see, cartoon, that batch, black and white, and back to normal. That's what that was, the cartoon filters. Other things on this, we can do, you know, start taking a photo by doing this, or hand signals. I ain't going to do that. I use the buttons, but we've demonstrated all the other advanced flight features. Now let's go to higher rate and see how this thing flies in higher rate. And I think I got to press, or actually before we do that, let me stop the video recording, make sure I got that video, and then restarting video recording, syncing up the cameras one more time. And this time let's go to higher rate, normal mode, sport mode. We're going to go to normal mode. See how this thing flies in normal mode, and going up a bit higher. Quite a bit faster in normal mode, but not too unmaneuverable. Now I'm flying FPV, folks, with my screen, and I gotta say I do have a clear signal on this. Now let me go to higher rate, even more higher rate. Okay, sport mode, and push it forward again, heading toward the field. Turning to the left around the field. Turning to the left even more. Flying FPV back toward me. Quite a fast drone. There I am. Coming down a little lower too. But look at that go. In sport mode. We're in sport mode, folks. Very fast drone in sport mode. Not super fast, but fast. Coming down lower too to see this. Zoom. So how stable it is in sport mode, I don't know. You're seeing that right now, seeing the video from it in sport mode. Okay, we'll stop it right there, sport mode, and coming out of sport mode, back to beginner mode. The reason being, I want to turn it, and we're going to go up high and look at Lake Erie again. So increasing the altitude. We're going to go up to about 40 meters this time. And then up on again. I want to be down there at the other end of the field. Try to stay away from people, folks, as far as I can. There's people with kids over at the playground here, and you want to stay away from kids especially. So that I don't lose the ability to fly here, get chased out of here. So there we are, 40 meters away. Nice view of Lake Erie. I can see it. It's a hazy day today, by the way, folks. So I'm surprised that I can actually see it. But from that position there, we're going to go return to home again. Oh no, I can see it up there. I don't need to do a return to home. Like I said, this big drone you can see up in the sky easily. So we're flying around at 40 meters up at low rate. Just showing you the camera and showing you the area. Let's plop it right there, folks, and do a 360, showing the camera and using this, you know, even though it's only a 2-axis stabilized gimbal, that electronic image stabilization does come into play and actually simulates that third axis on the gimbal. So it should simulate the third axis on the gimbal, giving us relatively smooth rotation. Let me lower the gimbal too from there. There I am, way down there. Let me wave up at you guys. Can you see me, folks? So raise the gimbal back up again. Not too high. Not too high. There we go. I'll raise the gimbal as I turn. But this is beautiful. The border between Girard and Fairview, PA. Beautiful area. See this big farmland over here? They are talking about turning that into an industrial park here, and that would really get my graw. So, I hope they don't do that. Keep it kind of rural out here. So, okay, from that position there, let's find my position on the field again. And what I'm going to do is lower the gimbal after I find me. Then I'm going to lower the throttle and push forward and try to FPV back into me doing a reverse zoomy. I think they call it zoomy. It's not working out well. Coming down. Bring it back in toward me. It's because I'm in low rate. That's why it's so slow. Coming back toward me, down toward me. Now, this does also have headless mode. And let's try that next. There you go. Now, headless mode is activated by going into there. And those 3 circles in the lower right corner should be headless mode. No, that's filters. I'm sorry. I thought this had headless mode. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't see headless mode in the selections here. Got circle position. But okay, so I'm wrong. There's no headless mode in that position. I'm wrong. Okay, but I could do it this way manually. This is what I wanted to do, folks. And up and away. I'll do it manually, just pull them back on the stick. Going up higher and higher and higher. And raising the gimbal up and singing, "The river flows." Those of you who've seen Easy Rider know what I just sang. Just the ending of the movie. Okay, I'm way up there, folks. Lowering that gimbal again. That was a reverse zoomy, or a zoomy. I forgot what that's called, folks. Really. But from that position there, how much battery do we got left right now? Ooh, we still got battery. Transmitter battery is half, and the drone battery still got 3 bars. I can't believe that. This battery lasts a long time in this drone. But let's see how stable this thing is up there. Okay, lowering the gimbal from way off in the distance here. Now this one on the right here is the zoom. Let's zoom in a bit. We're trying to zoom on this. There I am. That's 4K, far zoomed in. It's an optical zoom, obviously. I'm syncing up the cameras right now. Obviously an optical zoom, but look how steady I am down there, zoomed in. So this drone is pretty darn steady. I'm zooming out again. How much farther can I zoom in? Wow. There I am, waving. That's highly pixelated and blurry because it's optical zoom. Optical zoom, not optical, I'm sorry. Digital zoom. Digital zoom is the word I'm looking for. Digital zoom. Now, optical zoom would use a lens. to zoom in. This is just an electronically enlarging interpolation. Remember the word interpolation, folks? Electronically enlarging the image to me. So, okay, going to higher rate. We're going to be in normal mode. Let's bring it back down toward me, flying toward me. Just coming around the area. Turning it around, circling. I like to orbit as I descend. I don't like to come straight down because that's from the my old school days of flying. Trying to avoid,
Low voltage.
oh, there we go. Low voltage finally. Trying to avoid vortex ring state. Okay, now we're on low voltage, which means we're down about 30%, I'm guessing. At this point, it's going to keep the drone within probably a 30-meter radius. Actually, let's see if that's true. Let's see what happens if I try to fly away. We're going to stay low just in case the battery dies. But is there a 30-meter radius? Oh no, there's not. Doesn't seem to be. So let's come back in, folks. There doesn't seem to be a geofence for low voltage, which is good and bad. But we'll plop it right there. And the reason I want to see what this does on low voltage. So let's give you a summary right now. Syncing up the cameras one more time, and there it goes bouncing up and down in the wind. But overall, this is a very good drone. Okay, even though it's 2-axis, it's a very good drone. Looking at the image on the camera, it looks like it's a very good camera too. So all in all, you know, for the price, I think they got this on sale for the rest of the month of August 2023, where I'm doing this right now. I think I got it for just over $200. That's a bargain for this drone. This is a good drone. That remote ID that's going to be coming out for it, yeah, this would be a suitable drone to attach it. That remote ID, the system itself, I don't know what it's going to be. I got a feeling it's going to be a Bluetooth, one of those Bluetooth setups where it connects through Bluetooth to your phone, and then your phone connects via its data relay to the FAA to tell them where the drone's at. So yeah, this is a good drone applicable for that. It's a heavy drone, a big drone. So yeah, this would be a good drone to stick a or what do you call that, remote ID system onto. So okay, we're still seeing how much more battery we got left here. Before we lose any video, I want to stop the video recording and start it one more time. Yeah, it's important to start and stop your videos. Reason being, most of these drones, if you power off the drone without turning off your video recording, you lose that video recording, which is not good. Okay, from here, let's do a back it away.
Return home.
Oh, return home. There we go. Let's see. This is what it does on low battery. It flies in at the altitude it was at. Look at that. And then it plops itself. And it's going to land on top of my bag. I don't want you landing on my bag. Land in the grass. Almost landed on my UAV bag. So let's stop that video recording.
Stop. Return home.
So that is the Holy Stone HS600. Quite a nice drone. I like it. So hope you enjoyed this flight. It's Quadcopter 101 signing out. Hi, Quadcopter 101 here again. Hey, if you want to get your own shout out in one of my future videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's real simple. Just go to my channel page and click on that subscribe. And also make sure to click that bell button right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified when I release a brand new video immediately and give you a chance to get that first shout out. So give it a try, folks.